Laser-taser! Oh,
Are you ready?
I'm gonna have to pass the
Are
reins.
you ready for the initial recording of hashtag LaserTaser in hashtag LaserHouse?
Woo! Okay. What are we doing?
O is confirmed.
Yeah, well,
All
it's
right.
confirmed in this game, yes.
Alright, so we're good to go.
The only thing you need to do before you set out is make sure you change Tifa's limit level up to 2.
Right.
That's the only thing.
Yeah, what's going on here? Yeah, I like how Vincent and Red 13 are completely...
Vincent is crossing his arms a bit, but I guess he doesn't feel it cold.
He's got...
he's vampire.
I don't know. I was going to say either that or he's got the Rorschach thing going on.
Damn it.
Don't think about that.
Damn it. No, I was just thinking we could have... if only we had watched that movie before, we could have named him Nicolas Cage.
We could have named him Nicolas Cage, and then he would have been a vampire. But...
I'm a vampire!
I'm a vampire!
Makes you realize how... Yeah, nature's pretty awesome in the actual definition of the word awesome.
Right, in the actual definition, not the 90s.
The one that we use now, generally.
If I did have to, I would change things around and make it better. What's better, though?
What does that mean?
I don't know. I think the total I mean, how... That's in terms of, like, population
I guess he
density.
means in development.
Right,
And when he's saying here, when you consider that, maybe it's not so... Maybe progress isn't so bad.
Does Shinra protect people from nature, right?
Right.
Is that good? He's having second... yeah, right? He's, like, having second thoughts about his whole eco-terrorism thing or whatever.
Well, I think he's having first thoughts. I don't think he ever thought about it outside of, Shinra
Well, I mean,
is
his
shitty.
first thoughts were that Shinra is shitty and nature is great.
Right.
But now his second thoughts
It's
are...
like, wait, nature is kind of harsh.
Nature can be pretty harsh sometimes. Hey, Kate Sith.
Oh, okay. Thanks for the secret info. No, we're good.
We're good.
Yeah, the only thing you have to do here is to spam the square so we don't freeze to death.
Right.
Yeah. So, is this what is the purpose of this little,
Well, I think we've already discussed before that Final Fantasy VII has a bunch of very silly mini-games. I mean, there's this, there's the beach where you had to give CPR to the girl.
Right, the safe.
And there's a lot of mini-games that there's not even, you don't even, some of them, you get rewards for doing well, like the performing for the president. But, like, this kind of stuff, you just,
It's just something else to occupy you? Like,
I mean, I guess you can fail this. You can't fail CPR.
No.
You just have to press buttons.
Well, I was just thinking, are they trying to represent the
struggle?
Yeah, like the struggle is real. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, are they trying to make this, like, be like if you were climbing a frozen peak, like, and that I guess is admirable, but I just question the logic of it.
What I really want to know is why isn't this properly localized? This is clearly Celsius.
Right.
Celsius is garbage.
Celsius is garbage. That is fact.
And usually I prefer the metric measurements, but
okay, here we go.
I like having a little more resolution in my temperature.
Right.
I mean, I guess you could say 31.5 or something like that.
Fucking Zubats. Anyway.
Oh no! How do I play this game?
You could just give him the Aqualung.
Nah, there's two of them.
Yeah, not much point in that. All right. Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Shouldn't silence. Wowee. All right, get Rex.
I mean, whatever.
Bop.
See, they're clearly.
Yeah. This is okay, and we have also.
I want you to know that I actually recorded with outside of that episode.
Mm-hmm.
I recorded myself singing the "Talking About a Zubat" song and sent it to Martin John Collins.
Oh, sure.
But he has not done anything with it, so I'm just gonna call him out.
Damn it! He should have remixed us doing "Les Miserables."
Oh. I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Is this a requirement for JRPGs to have like ice or crystal caves? Is this?
Well, I know previously I asked you how you felt about snow levels, and you said you hate snow levels.
I hate them as a rule. Yes.
That's
that looks like a Sid weapon. That would be my prediction.
So, do you consider ice levels to be separate from snow levels? Is that
no?
Okay.
I mean, for the most part, they go hand in hand.
Right? Yeah. Usually it's like the snow town.
Right.
And then, you know... what am I
doing? Well, even in Ocarina of Time, the water temple is preceded by an ice level that you have to do first.
Right.
And not only that, the original plan probably was for the water temple to be an ice temple. This is backed up by later in the game when you go through Ganon's castle. Not that you would know. There is an aspect. There's an aspect of Ganon's castle where
nothing to steal. Look at it. Doesn't that thing look like something?
You would think. You would think. It looks like
in that ugly maw.
Yeah, that you could just kind of
jam your hand in.
Yeah, exactly.
No, don't attack Tifa.
Well, in any case, towards the see, this is what I was telling you about.
Whatever.
At that point in the game, you have to redo in a Capcom sort of way. There are rooms that represent the temples that you've done already.
Okay.
And the water temple one has ice-related puzzles going on in it.
Okay.
So people are thinking that, based off of also, I think there are people who data mine things have found.
Like especially in that game.
Yeah. And I was going through, the reason I bring this all up is because I was going to put forward that maybe my dislike of ice levels stems from the water temple. Perhaps.
Sure, maybe, yeah.
But I would count that as a water level, which is a different flavor of thing. Like, water levels, it is known, Khaleesi, to be terrible. You know? Like...
Maybe? I just don't know if I agree with that
assertion. Here's
why do water levels get such a bad rap?
Okay, here's some perspective that you might be missing.
Yeah.
You probably... Did you... is your name Clumpy?
Yeah.
You didn't have a Sega Genesis, right?
I did.
Or you did have a Sega Genesis. Did you play Sonic?
I did.
So wait a minute.
I was terrible at it.
So wait, you experienced the Sonic water levels, and you're telling me that water levels don't have a negative connotation?
I would like to take this opportunity to tell you about my favorite Ben Yahtzee Crawshaw quote.
Okay.
From Zero Punctuation. And during his review of Kirby's Epic Yarn, he was discussing how he felt that the game had no consequences for doing poorly, and he did not consider people's replying that it's a game for children, you shouldn't be complaining because it's a game for kids, well, whatever. Oh shit, he's dead. Yeah, I learned Magic Breath.
That's cool.
Oh wow.
And he's what?
Nothing to steal.
How do you have an attack that powerful and have nothing to steal? Oh wow.
Oh well, no, he's dead. Anyway, he said in reply to that criticism, saying I don't really care about that. I'm not a kid.
Right.
And they say, but weren't you once a child?
Right.
And his reply would be, yes, but I had the strength of character to overcome my disability.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I feel about the fact that I sucked at Sonic as a kid.
Right.
And I was terrified of drowning in Chemical Plant Zone Level 2.
Right. But beyond all those things, because I acknowledge what you're saying, I will never acknowledge anything that Yahtzee ever says.
Do you really don't like him that much?
I really dislike. But we come from different worlds of gaming, and
you want to say a lot of people associate a lot of negativity with him, and I do feel that some people echo negative things he says. I actually, because he spends so much time criticizing things, when he says positive things, I tend to value them highly. It is entirely his fault that I discovered Just Cause 2, and Just Cause 2 is one of my favorite games of all time.
Sure. I just think he lives in a different... He is sort of in the same boat for me as a public critical video game figure as Egoraptor. In that he is his
I get what you're saying. I just like him a lot better than Egoraptor, I always dislike you putting him in the same boat as Egoraptor, but...
Well, the reason I put him... Okay, because I'm not comparing them, in intellect or critical ability or analysis or anything like that, but what I mean is that their gaming experience is so different from mine that whatever they have to say on whatever subject is almost inapplicable to me. Because, I might have spoken about this on one of the more recent #Laser Tasers, but Egoraptor released his sequelitis about Legend of Zelda within the last few months.
I must have missed that, yeah.
And he's specifically talking about comparing the 2D Zelda games.
Oh, right, yeah, you did. I believe you might have mentioned. Oh, Grenade Bomb!
Cool.
Awesome.
I love
Finally.
grenade bombs.
I love grenade bombs. Are favorites of mine.
Oh, fucking! It took forever for Barrett to
Yeah, well,
learn.
just because the enemy skills were always on other characters,
Right.
so he didn't get the lion's share of the kills.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I gotta.
Well, anyway, it's it's just a thing with him. Like, you know, he is so something awfully and goony and
that's very much his thing.
His games need to fit.
Goons do love hating shit. Like, they make a hobby out of it.
Right, and like and things apparently need to sit in a specific box for him to consider it worthwhile. And I don't like that attitude.
No, I would agree with that.
Okay, don't murder our whole party instantly, please. Oh no, you suck, as it turns out.
Can I?
Wow, get wrecked.
Actually, you know what? In that case,
Yeah.
wow, crits for days.
What a scrub.
I was like, oh, they're in the wrong row. Their physical attacks will be weak. And then it's just like Debo crit.
Yeah, exactly.
Never mind.
Oh, and a free 10.
Sorry, I even brought it up.
Yeah, for real. And as much as I enjoy some of his videos, and I do, there's a bunch of his videos that I really, really love. There is a big, a petulant, whiny 17-year-old inside of me that can't abide his videos because of his Zelda reviews, which I completely can't. Yeah. I can't meet him on that level at all.
No, he probably likes Zelda as much as I do.
Right, exactly, and I acknowledge, whatever. Everyone is entitled to their experience.
Oh yeah, of course.
It's just like I can't it completely paints how I view him. You know, because like if he feels this way about this particular series, I just I can't meet him on any ground. You know, and I'm not saying I only care about people who share my opinion on Zelda. It's just that his opinion is so different from mine that it creates a foundation on which I can't. You know, it's like we live on different planets. I'm like a carbon-based creature, and he's like a methane-based creature, or something crazy like that. From evolution.
Oh, Garrus, let me discuss with you my love of dextrose-based foods.
Oh, isn't that a thing in Mass Effect?
Yeah, Tally, and because they're, I guess the Quarians and the Turians have some similar genetic makeup, so they can actually eat the same food.
Oh, it's the Volus too who can't eat.
Oh yeah, the Volus have the whole breathing problem. That's why they have a methane.
They come from a methane-based.
They come from the same planet that the Grunts and Halo come from.
Right.
Because they both have those masks.
Speaking of Halo. What are your feelings as a fan of the series generally, or I don't know, former fan or what have you?
Yeah, I'm a Halo fan. I have no problem saying that.
How is I was looking through a friend of mine is a big Halo fan.
Yes.
And was discussing specifically Elites. Elites is really where her interest comes from.
Okay. Elites are one of the best things about Halo.
Right. And she put forward that Elites never looks better than in Halo 2. What are your thoughts?
I would agree with that.
Okay.
I mean, to me, I just think everything about Halo 2 was just sharp as could be.
Right.
I mean, it's.
So you are not you're not in the is it our friend Heaton My Harble who is a detractor of Halo 2 or is
No, he likes Halo 2. I mean, I think he likes. I mean, for him, I'm sure Halo 2 and Halo 3 were the glory days.
Which was the one that he hates on that doesn't make? Was it Reach?
Reach. He hates on Reach.
Reach was great.
Yeah, that's one. And I know I would if I were to present my criticism of his views. He is a person. Who I believe is too invested in the lore.
Right.
Of
so he wanted it to be Fall of Reach.
Right. So he wanted it to be similar to the Eric Nyland book, which I actually did read.
It's fine book. Yeah, fine.
It's serviceable.
Right. For a tie-in novel, it's fine. Having read my fair share of Warcraft tie-in novels,
Oh, remember when Warcraft lore mattered?
Jesus, I don't. This is weird. It was maybe one of the first times we mentioned Xenogears' biggest fan on the Final Fantasy VII playthrough, but I was recently talking to Xenogears' biggest fan about this, and how Blizzard. What I used to talk about how I thought one of the big strengths of Blizzard was its lore
right?
department.
Yeah. No,
I thought StarCraft and Warcraft
all
had
those
compelling...
games. I mean, even if you find the right text for Diablo,
right?
Even Diablo before Diablo 3 was compelling. I thought.
Right. And like there was, and now I don't want to be one of those people who points directly at Activision and is like, you find there's
it's hard to know. I mean,
there's probably tons of factors.
I'm sure employees change and all sorts of things.
But like in a universe where now they're a card game company. Like
Hearthstone's a good game,
Hearthstone seems fun.
Yeah.
I can't reason.
I can't fault them for that.
I can't get into it.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't know what it is. Like I don't know if it's like there's just like a threshold of where of involvement that a game needs to have in order for me to be interested. Because there's a point like I don't really like casual sort of. I have nothing against casual games. I don't. Like your Angry Birds or what have you.
Oh yeah.
Or your Bejeweled or
when I dismiss those games, I call them mobile games.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I will admit, I also dismiss those games. Mm-hmm. So
but I only do because I'm used to a certain caliber of when I say video game, I'm more talking about something like Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean?
That sort of level of production,
right?
I think.
And involvement mostly.
Yeah.
It's like like there's a certain amount of mechanics here that are more stimulating than your average and the other thing I sort of associate casual games with is Newgrounds and like Flash games,
right?
And like
that was always a shit show,
right? Anyway, Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, I mean, we're just dungeon crawling right now.
Oh, here we go. What are your thoughts on the 15 trailer?
I really enjoy all of the photoshops of the guys.
Oh yeah,
in the
they're
car.
amazing. Yeah,
they're all great. I actually never watched it. I just saw the Photoshops.
Okay,
I heard that there was a picnic and there were some dinosaurs.
It is the least useful trailer I think I've ever seen.
It didn't sound like I needed to watch it.
It's maybe I guess it's just there's nothing to show yet. Are
these boss fights?
I don't know. I don't know anything about this game.
Okay.
I don't know what game we're playing.
We're playing the game where we fight icicles.
Oh, okay.
Don't you know that game?
I didn't know that game.
Okay.
How do they feel about Aqualung?
I don't know. We're gonna find out.
Barrett's
I'm gonna sense the icicle.
Alright. We're fighting...
well, don't ultrasound Cloud.
That's alright. They've only ultrasound... Oh, nice. Good work, Bats.
Yeah, good work, Bats.
Well, my thoughts on 15... This is the first Final Fantasy I can think of where, there's...
Icicle. Oh, it's got 3,000. Weak against fire. Weak against earth.
And gravity, okay.
Do I actually have... No. Oh, icicle drop. Oh, no!
That's what you get for standing under icicles.
Can I...
just give him the film hazard.
Yeah.
I can't think of the last time a Final Fantasy was such a dude fest. From the get-go.
That's kind of... There are no girls in that. I mean, and that's weird, because the Final Fantasy, to me, I mean, obviously, I think one of the best female protagonists of all time, Terra.
Right.
It was great.
Terra and Celis and Mago's granddaughter.
Celis is great. Yeah. So I don't...
Well, one of the strengths of Final Fantasy I've always felt was menagerie cast. And not to say that all their female characters are... perfect or incredibly well done, but they're there and they're usually rounded. There's usually, very rarely are they and strictly an object for the dudes. Like they exist. Like there's Rosa and Rosa is mostly there to be a contentious thing for Kane and Cecil to argue about. But 6 is a perfect example of the opposite of what I'm talking about, where they're just characters. I
know, that was interesting.
Yeah, I guess all that does is drain fire.
That gives okay.
Oh wow, that gives a ton of.
No. The wizard bracelet has like no. If you remember right, the wizard bracelet.
Right, no defense. That's right.
Like no
That's right.
defense.
So everything's gonna look better.
So everything's magic defense.
Right.
But how much? I have a lot of slots. I'm just gonna leave that.
Yeah, I think we're good.
That was probably why Baron immediately died. Because it would have magic defense. Never mind.
Yeah.
No.
No, we want to beat more.
We're gonna fight icicles.
Yeah. But that was the first. My first thought was the only female they show in this trailer is definitely someone's girlfriend, and that's kind of annoying from a series with pretty decent lady characters in its history.
No,
At the very least, ladies, especially we're coming right off of 13. With a main female character, and there's a part of me.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that's concerned that their thought process was 13 didn't do well
Because of that?
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh boy. The other thing is like, there's nothing about the designs of these characters that really like leaps out and is memorable. Like, and I don't know if that's the old fuddy-duddy in me.
Yeah.
But like, think about 10. 10 has such a unique design aesthetic. You're always going to remember what the characters in that game looked like because it's nuts. Like, fucking Tidus has that weird, one of his short pant legs is longer than the other. And
fucking asymmetrical.
Yeah, and Waka, my point is that the game does not translate to you what it's going to be about, who the characters are as people, really. And like... not that every Final Fantasy has been about underdogs, but like, because they just look like douchebags. Like they look.
Oh,
like...
you know what? Okay, this is referencing way far back in the first episode of this Let's Play shenanigan. We recounted the names of rebel groups in Final Fantasy games.
Sure.
And we missed one.
Oh, what did we miss?
In Final Fantasy VIII, we should not have said Seed. We should have said the Timberwolves.
Oh, the Timberwolves. Yeah.
Oh no, Timber Owls. The Timber Owls.
Yeah.
Timberwolves are the name of the basketball team.
Right.
I knew that.
I didn't. But you're right.
Yes.
The Seeds was the school that trains.
Right. I mean, we could have said them as well, but like really, we're talking about the rebel group.
Right. Get Rex.
She's
Icicle.
kicked an icicle off. That's probably gonna land on her and kill her.
Yeah. But no, it's just a trailer, and that doesn't, it doesn't necessarily mean anything. But like, I am concerned with Kiss. I am.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just this is a series that I have lots of fond memories of. This is one of those things I would raise up and declare as one of the proofs that narrative is important in games, and games can be a good outlet for just storytelling. They don't necessarily have to be super gameplay heavy and directly, need interaction from the person. They can just be a device to... We were kind of having this discussion earlier today about video games and what their function, quote-unquote, is.
It's true. I mean, I just recently played through Gone Home for the first time.
Yeah.
Which is a great discussion on that. Oh my god! Oh no. No!
Dolphin kick. Yeah!
There you go.
Thank goodness for Aqualung.
I know, right? I have to pay more attention to this game, wasn't it?
Yeah, right.
Oh, wow, oh my god, that's so much damage.
The deeps, it's through the roof.
Just vaporized the icicle. And put it on ice.
Oh! Let's kick some ice!
Yeah.
What killed the dinosaurs?
Yes, damn it! I was about to go there.
The Ice Age.